Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fernvalley Farm's YouTube channel. And on this channel, like I always say, we are pure country. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Vince, and welcome. We are doing a horse video here. We're doing a video on heated water buckets. It's actually about 15 degrees right now, but there's no wind and the sun's out, so it's not too bad. I want to do this really quick video for all you horse people, even cattle or any kind of animals, goats, sheep, chickens, whatever. Heated water buckets. It's really, really important that your animals have water. That should be a no-brainer, but believe it or not, there are some people you got to explain that to. But these heated water buckets work out really, really nice. They come in blue or green. They've got these big ones. These are horse size. Like I said, you can use them for cows. You can use them for goats, sheep. What am I trying to say? Even your dogs. They have smaller ones. I have one in my barn that's a little bit smaller that I use for the dogs and the cats. But this one here in particular is for my horse, or for the horses. And you can see they're insulated buckets. They got, I'm not sure how much insulation is on the inside of them, but you can see the cord that comes out the bottom. The cord that comes out the bottom, and you just plug it into a regular 110 outlet. They do wrap a wire around these cords so the horses can't chew through it. The way I use these buckets, I put them in my stalls, and they hang in the stall, and then there's a hole in the front of the stall, and it comes out the wall, and there's an outlet on the outside there that they plug into. Out here, I wanted to show you outside here, and you can see how good they're working. I'll show you right there. There's that bucket there. I'll show you really quick here. As you can see, the water isn't frozen. And right here, not frozen. So these buckets work out really, really nice. There's nothing more annoying, especially this time of year, when you're trying to bust water buckets, when you're trying to bust ice. And it's like I said, it's really important that your animals got water. I can't stress that enough. I see it. I've gone places. Horses' water tanks are frozen solid, and I don't. Yeah, water tanks are frozen solid. No water. Water is just as important in the winter time as it is in the summertime. Your horses, especially we're talking horses right now. Horses need water. They don't get enough water, they could colic. That's a whole nother subject and a whole nother topic, which we'll get into one day. But right now, you want to make sure your horses have water available to them all the time, just like in the summertime. So you want to make sure your buckets aren't froze. And these things work really, really nice. You plug these things in, and you can see they're thawed. There's nothing. They're perfect. Yeah, so you can see you plug these things in, they're perfect. They're frozen, there's nothing to bust. You come out in the barn in the morning, you don't got to bust ice, everything's really good. If you get a really, really warm day and it's nice out, you can unplug them. You don't have to leave them plugged in 24/7. So the water buckets are really nice. Like I said, no busting ice. Your horses have water available to them all the time. There is a thermostat on those buckets. I don't trust it. But they say that they do turn on and off. They get to a certain temperature and they will shut off. So if you got a brand new one, I'm sure it works. But I'm sure on the brand new buckets, it probably does. But these older, I've had some of these buckets for a long time, so they probably don't work. But whatever, as long as they're not frozen. I come out in the morning, everything's thawed. Fill them right back up. It works out really good. A couple of other options you could do heated, like in your water tanks. Well, let me get back to this really quick. There are different sized buckets. You can buy smaller buckets that are about half the size of this. Like I said, I got one in the barn I use for the dogs and the cat. That works out really nice. Then they even have, you could buy heated like dog bowls, which here again for the dogs or the cats out in the barn anyway. You can buy heated dog bowls, and they're just about that big around. They got a plug on them. You plug them in the same way. I got a couple of those in the barn too. They come in different colors, and so the heated dog bowls work right nice. The heated buckets that are half the size of that work out really nice. Like for my goats, and up where my chickens are, I have one bucket in there hanging. For them, that's a heated small little bucket. So that works out really good. There are other options which I don't like. There's ones that look like donuts. They're round. They look like what am I trying to say? Like they're like big round rings. They're about an inch thick, and they got a hole in the middle. and they're on an extension cord, you just set that right in the bucket, and then the cord is hanging out. Then you run the cord through the front of your stall and plug it in somewhere. I don't like that. Gee, why? Because the horses will grab it, pull on the cord. I just don't like that. I've gone places, I've seen extension cords running all over the place. I've seen extension cords running all over the place. Those donuts are sitting right in the water. I just call it a donut, but it's a heater. They just sit right in the water. And I've seen horses pull them out. They're laying on the ground steaming. So I don't really care for those, just because the horses, like I said, when they're standing in their stalls in the wintertime, when there's nothing to do and they're bored, what are they going to do? They're going to, excuse me. When they're standing in their stalls and they're bored in the winter, what are they going to do? They're just looking for something to do. When they're bored, they'll pull on it, yank it out, leave it laying on the ground, or chew on the wire. You know, other options like for water tanks, they make like a big round one. It's a heater in the middle. It's got like a wire rack that sits on the bottom of your tank. Here again, that cord hangs out the outside. You got to plug it in somewhere. The reason I don't like that, also, same reason. Horses can grab the cord, pull it out, yank it. For my steers, I've used those in the past. You come out in the morning, the thing's laying out in the snow somewhere steaming because the cow got bored or the steer got bored. Pulled it out of the water tank, stepped all over it, broke it. So there's $40, $50 your steer is out there standing on. So those I don't like either, just because, I mean, they work, but the problem is the cows, steer, horses, whatever, will pull them out of the water. Plus you got that cord right there. And here again, if they get bored, and I've got some horses they like to chew, they'll grab that cord. I thought someone was calling me. They'll grab that cord and pull on it and chew on it, and if it's plugged in, guess what's going to happen, right? Okay, here's the dog. Okay, I forget back to what I was saying. Yeah, the cows will pull them out of the water tank. They'll be laying on the ground steaming, and they're standing all over it and breaking it. So anyways, what I think works the best for water tanks, and I have one that you can't see it, the thing's stuck to the ground, and I didn't think about it when I pulled this video. I see that tank sitting right there. That tank actually has, here, let me show you on this tank here. See that tank right there? Right on top here is a drain plug. You pull that drain plug out, and there's actually a heater that's from the inside. The outside of it slides out, and there's a big plastic nut with a washer on it that bolts on. That heater is sitting right at the bottom of that tank, right at the bottom. It's got like two heating elements that sit in there. It sits right at the bottom. It's bolted to your tank, and the cord obviously comes out the back. Then you can run your cord underneath something, run it into your barn with an extension cord. And if it's up against the building, cows, horses, nothing can get at that cord and pull on it. That works out really, really nice. This tank over here has that. I like those the best. They can't pull nothing out. They can't mess around with it. They can't do nothing to it. Those work the best. So all my water tanks that are outside, which is only one right now, has that type of heater in it, and those work out really well. Luna, no. So anyways, yeah, so those work really good. I just don't like the ones you stick in buckets. And you got extension cords running all over the place. And to me, it's just dangerous, and horses pull on them, and it's just a mess. So anyways, I think that's kind of it. You got horses, even like I said, even if you got goats, sheep, cattle, whatever, you know, even if you're a small farm, if you're small, like a small hobby farmer, a little farmette, a few animals in your backyard, the heated buckets are great. You plug them in, you got nothing to worry about. I think that is it. I think I covered most of that. Any questions or comments, please ask, and I will answer the best I can. But do me one favor, subscribe to the channel. See this little button right there? Subscribe to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Help support the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. When you do that, you'll get notified every time one of these videos comes out. Thumbs up are always appreciated. So, like I always say, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Any questions? If I forgot something, ask. Because a lot of times I'll make these videos, when I get done, and I'll be sitting in the house going, I forgot to add this or that. So, anyway, if you got a question, just ask. And thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.